as is our custom, if everyone will rise, we will hopefully say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We had no one sign up for the invocation, but if someone wants to lead one, certainly can. Okay, that's fine. We can move right along to roll call. Bo Bertram.
Here.
Ricky Jackson.
Here.
BJ Steele.
Here.
Brian Hester.
Here.
And JT Cox is absent. We do have a quorum. We have an agenda that's been provided. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion from Brian Hester. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by BJ Steele. Any edits to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. We have the standing business, which includes our minutes from the August 7th meeting and the September 7th meeting, as well as current claims, payroll allowance docket from July 31st to August 27th. Entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
I have a motion from BJ Steele,
Second.
seconded by Ricky Jackson. Or any questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. Anyone signed up for public comment? I don't believe so. Our legislative youth advisor was unable to be here tonight. My comments are super short, just that it's a busy weekend in the city of Charlestown with both homecoming at the high school on Friday night and the Community Days Festival. Hope to see everybody out. Those schedules are posted throughout the city. Council comments? None? At this time, we have 2 public hearings, so we'll open and close each of those accordingly. The first, and I will officially open the public hearing for the 2024 budget. So if anyone wants to make comment or remonstrance on the proposed 2024 budget that has been posted. Hearing none, I'll officially close the public hearing for the 2024 budget, and I will open a public hearing for the excess levy appeal. Calling for anyone to make any comments or remonstrance on the proposed excess levy appeal. Hearing none, I will now officially close the public hearing for the excess levy appeal, and we'll move on to our business, our ordinances and resolutions. So first up is ordinance 2023 OR 14, increasing the maximum allowable compensation for all staff in the city of Charlestown for the 2024 budget. This represents a across-the-board 3% cost of living increase to the salaries. I would entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by BJ Steele. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ricky Jackson. Questions or discussion?
I would like to say that I think it's a good raise. It's probably not what we want to give them, but it's what we have afforded to give them. But I do want to say that this team of people sitting here, we have managed this, if you add in this year, to give a 14% raise over the past 4 years to our city workers and a 16.93% raise to our police department. So I think it's a good collaboration that we've all worked together to make sure that they have gotten the raises that they deserve, and we keep in a good mood with them. So thank you to everybody for always working hard at it.
Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes. Bring that back on the next meeting for second and final reading. Next on the agenda is the ordinance 2023 OR 15. This is the ordinance establishing the salaries for the elected officials in the city of Charlestown for the 2024 year. This also represents a 3% cost of living increase. I entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion.
I have a motion from BJ Steele. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Bo Bertram. Questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. We'll also bring that back Next meeting for second and final reading. Ordinance 2023 OR 16 is the 2024 budget. Only real comment on that, I think it's been discussed. So the original draft that was sent out was given to you on August 7th. This does reflect a change in that total general number. If you look at it originally, it was down at $4,443,912. The overall total general is $4,721,643. And the reason for the seeming increase is that, first off, we had some numbers that were inaccurately reported to the clerk treasurer's office from the DOJ to begin with, and they did a correction of that. They had misrepresented the number or made a mistake in how the circuit breakers were recorded in that number, but also it represents the levy appeal that you're also being asked to vote on tonight. The levy appeal this year is quite large. So as we've mentioned previously, the state has capped levy growth for the next 2 years at 4%. That was legislative action that was taken to offset the steep rise in property values assessments. And so they capped it at 4%. However, we still meet the criteria because we are growing so quickly and our net assessed value has gone up so high. We still meet the criteria where we can apply for the levy appeal. This is the same process we've been through in the past. So if you recall, in 2021, it was, I think, 13,000. In 2022, it was about 64,000. Last year it was about 150. This year, it's about 388. So we've grown a lot. And yes, so we are booming, and that levy appeal allows us to capture that growth so that we can provide for some additional services. So the changes that I recommended in the budget because of that levy appeal would be to add money. You'll see an increase in the building commissioner's budget. That is to provide for another full-time building inspector code enforcer. Since that is the department that is growing this levy, they need help. There's currently only staffed by 2 people. We get frequent requests from builders in the area that there needs to be more support in that department. With the growth that's now happening, actually occurring in River Ridge, as there's buildings that are now going up, that will require more time from our inspector. And so we need an additional inspector in that department. That's one change. The other change was an increase in the police budget. In conversations with Superintendent Mark Lochner, it's his intention when the new school is built to have a designated SRO in each of the schools. And so we went ahead and put half of a police officer's salary in their budget, realizing that that won't happen until half of the year. So even though the school won't be built yet, we've talked about going ahead and bringing that person on board so they can get training. And that would allow us to do that. But they would not be hired until the school semester begins next year. So it's half of their salary because the school pays the other half. The remainder of the levy went into split between council miscellaneous fund and also the fleet management. So we had agreed to do the fleet program for the police and city vehicles. The good news is we will not have to do an additional appropriation off of save funds for that. We actually were able to capture that in our levy this year and pay for that. So that's where the changes occurred. So I would need a motion to put that one officially on the table.
So moved.
I have a motion from Brian Hester.
Second.
Seconded by BJ Steele. Questions or discussion?
In the estimate for planning and zoning and grass cutting, there's $12,000 in there. I know we have went way beyond that.
So that is, most of the time when he's doing, those grass cuttings are different grass cuttings. He pays for a lot of those kind of emergency cuttings out of his 221 fund, which is a non-reverting fund. So yes.
All of that that's being spent isn't in this.
No.
And it's not.
Those are for the properties that like we own, like the city owns. That allocation is for the regular properties that we cut. Such as we were having to cut the depot site for a while, now it's purchased by the developer, so that's done. Any property that we have with our lift stations, any city-owned property, that's what those are for, except for the parks, because that's covered under the parks. Grass cutting. But then he pays for any of the kind of delinquent grass cuttings that we have to do. He pays for those out of his 221 non-reverting fund.
Which isn't on here though.
No, because it's a non-reverting fund.
It's a what?
It's a non-reverting fund. Other questions?
Do we need, trying to find it, like, for sanitation, I know we're doing, or sewer, I know we're doing new plant, but what about like things that aren't covered in that?
So the sewer budget is actually not budgeted through the DLGF. So it's not on, it does not go through the DLGF.
Um,
You good? Anyone else? Calling for the vote on first reading of the 2023 OR 16 budget for 2024. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? So that's unanimous, and we'll have that adoptions at the second and final reading at our October meeting. 2 resolutions tonight. One is 2023 R4, the interlocal agreement for sidewalk at Charlestown High School. This is very similar to the resolution that we passed a couple of, 2 years ago with the, working on the middle school. It's an interlocal agreement with Greater Clark, whereby they provide the supplies, that they fund the equipment, the concrete and all the supplies for us to finish off sidewalks, and then we provide the labor. So it's the exact same interlocal agreement. This one just applies to the high school. And where this is connecting on the back parking lot where the baseball, softball fields are, there's a sidewalk, and then there's a gap that circles around on school property by the tennis courts on that little side street that connects into Monroe. And you notice the sidewalks on Monroe have been completed on that side now all the way down. This closes that gap so that people can walk from the school on the sidewalk down that road. This was a request from the school for us to assist them in getting that finished because of the traffic at the tennis courts and everything. It just provides more safety for people to do that. But we just need an interlocal in place to make that happen. So that's what this is. And I would entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2023 R4 with Greater Clark on finishing the high school sidewalks.
Motion.
I have a motion from Brian Hester. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by DJ Steele. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you. And then I think Donna had the excess levy appeal, and that's just authorizing clerk treasurer and Baker Tilly, our financial advisor, to submit that levy appeal so that we can request that excess $388,000 for our budget. So I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion.
I have a motion from BJ Steele. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Brian Hester. Do you have the actual amount on that? It's 388.
At 388.4.
Just for the record, so $388,400. Any questions or discussion? So it'll be submitted, we'll find out if we receive it. We're all gonna cross our fingers that we do. We have a good case for it, we have a good justification for why we need it, so I'm anticipating that we'll get good news. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's unanimous. If there's no other business, that's all of our scheduled business on the agenda, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
I have a motion by DJ Steele, seconded by DJ Jackson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.